All right, hey again, everyone. Channel Futures Editorial Director Craig Galbraith here, excited for another edition of Channel Futures TV. Today, we're joined by Mike Jackson. Mike is Eaton General Manager of Brightlayer Software, Electrical Sector. Mike, great to have you on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me, Craig. Super excited to get to talk to everyone about what we're doing.
Yeah, let's get right into talking a little bit about Brightlayer. Now, first of all, if there's anyone out there who doesn't already know about Brightlayer software, maybe you can give them a little primer.
Definitely. So I think the easiest way to take away Brightlayer is it's Eaton's portfolio of power and energy software and services. So ultimately, it's how we deliver value to customers both in the IT and OT spaces. So we're really focused in on taking connected assets and being able to create insights, control, predictions, all for those customer outcomes around efficiency, resiliency, sustainability, and reducing risk.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. So I understand there's a relaunch of Brightlayer. Maybe you can explain what's changing for both current and future channel partners.
Sure, definitely. So there's a couple things on what we're doing with Brightlayer. So first, if we look at the portfolio itself, right, we're really trying to consolidate how we deliver value. So Eaton historically has had a lot of different point softwares, which again bring specific values for specific use cases. We've taken a pretty long approach, actually probably around 3 years, to consolidate all of that value into a single platform. And so when you think about what does that do, it makes it much easier for us to take a customer on that digital journey. So, from a partner perspective, they're often talking about specific use cases or things that they can do for a customer. We want to make that conversation as simple as possible to help them understand, hey, it's not just that you're buying some hardware to go in this network closet, as an example, but hey, you're also getting fleet management and the ability to avoid disasters should something happen in that distributed IT use case, all through automation. And so that's the value we're trying to bring to a customer, to make it super simple for them to engage, have that conversation, to help them understand, hey, why are we talking about Eaton software, when the use case is really, hey, it's just a network closet and we want some UPSs and some IT gear in there and we want to make sure that it works. Really, it's the way the world is shifting is we're all about delivering things, and everything at the end of the day. We like to say everything's mission critical. We know there's certain things that are more than others, but to every business, operating that business is mission critical. So there absolutely are hospital use cases, right? You don't want the power going out while somebody's on the table, but there are lots of other situations. If you think about retail, universities, airports are another great big customer of ours, segment of ours, where everything has to be working. 911 centers, everything has to be working all the time. So again, we're trying to make sure that as we walk customers through this journey, that their power infrastructure is not only robust, but it has automation in it, it has insights in it. So again, we can start to look at that infrastructure and tell customers, hey, there are specific things going on inside your environment that you either need to address from how things are working, or you have, we've got a lot of predictive analytics that are coming out where we can actually tell you things are getting ready to fail. And so that is ultimately the value of, hey, we're keeping things up and running, and we're doing that through the intelligence that's coming through that Brightlayer software platform.
Absolutely, a lot of great examples there. So, Mike, I know anyone watching this, our partner audience, first thing they're going to ask it is how can they profit from Brightlayer software?
Sure. So I think first off, it's not just that recurring model, right? So software typically is inherently something that a partner can make more money on over time, right? Whether it's through just license fees, or some sort of recurring model. But there's a couple things that have happened. So one of the big changes with the consolidation is, we've gotten rid of all the tiers. So if you think about our point products, we used to have, hey, there's your basic, advanced, premium. We've wiped the slate of all of that. So if we think about our on-premise software, for example, there's only 4 things that a customer really needs, right? There's distributed IT, there's DSIM, there's Brightlayer Power, and Brightlayer EPMS, right? And those all have very specific functions. and features within them. So we want to make it super easy for a partner to understand the portfolio and have that conversation with the customer, right? So the easier the sales process is, the better. So again, no more tiers. We did change some of the names, so I think there was some portfolio cleanup. And then also, we bundled a lot of our part numbers. So if you think about, one of the keys to profitability for a partner is, the sale process has to be smooth. That reputation has to be withheld, and you want to be that partner for the end user. So bundled part numbers make it easy for, software at times can be, I would say, somewhat complex, but we've made it simple where, hey, you've got, your license or subscriptions, any sort of renewals. We have training and deployment services all rolled into a single part number. So we make it super simple for a customer to say, hey, if they say yes, the partner, the quoting process is super easy. And again, we've got some structure around, hey, if it's say 10 UPSs, it's this particular part number. That gives you everything you need from a partner perspective to put on your quote and make sure that you're going to have a happy customer at the end of that process.
Yeah, simpler is always better, and happy is always pretty good too, Mike.
Oh, yes.
So are there any specific Brightlayer promotions out there currently for IT resellers and MSPs?
Absolutely. So we are continuing through the year end. Right now there's a stackable discount. So if you're a partner of ours, you already have a deal registration discount. And so today they are, 10 and 20% based on kind of the dollar value of that deal. So it is a stackable discount. So again, it's incremental margin for your business if you're attaching that software to it. So again, we want to get people going through that process, understanding, hey, that it is a great conversation to have with customers. There's lots of opportunity. Again, I would say to continue profiting from, not just that initial software sale, but, again, we've got a lot of situations where, you take that partner of record, you're working with the customer again and again. And again, by consolidating all these platforms, we made it super simple to expand into new lines of business for partners. So if you think about, hey, if you're really sitting in the distributed IT space, the first step is start to sell UPS analytics, right? It's already built into our platform. All you have to do is turn that on. And again, that's something that's an incremental recurring revenue stream for you. If you do that, you can start looking at the power chain end to end, right? So you can start to pull in the big gray boxes. And then, we continue to make it easy, things like motor health. So we have a lot of analytics around motors. So again, in situations like, airports or hospitals or universities, right, there's a lot of motors that people don't realize that are out there. And so those analytics are a very easy thing to add that add a lot of value to those customers. So again, we're always trying to make it, again, simple for partners to sell, but also once you're in the door, we have a huge amount of staff that help come alongside you and have those conversations. So we want to be able to help partners really, not only get in the door with a simple, value message, but stay sticky and stay incremental in that customer as they go more and more and more. But yeah, hey, right off the top, 10 or 20% stackable discount always helps from a margin perspective.
Yeah, and it's really interesting making those connections with the analytics you're talking about there. All right, Mike. So, what finally should a potential partner do if they're interested in selling Brightlayer?
Yeah, hey, if you're not already, definitely join our award-winning partner program. So the easiest way to do that is poweradvantage.eaton.com. I think that's probably the best starting point, and that'll get you access to, like you said, a whole host of tools. There's a lot of awesome people inside of Eaton that really want to help you succeed. So you'll get sales support, you'll get, from a software perspective, you'll get our sales engineers, you'll get technical support teams. There's a lot of training. So again, not just for a customer, but we host and we hold many trainings every month around commercial selling, and then also technical support from a partner perspective. So again, it's not just a hey, you're one and done. As a partner, you're going to continue to get upskilling and a strong team that's going to come alongside you and help you go through that whole process.
A great opportunity with Eaton. Mike Jackson, thanks for joining us today on Channel Futures TV.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you very much.